to another live stream. This is the sequel that came out 7 years later with a new cast. Joyride 2, Dead Ahead, unrated from 2008. This is 91 minutes long, so let's get to it. It's pretty underrated. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. It's not as good as the first one, but it still has some of the tension. It's more horror related than the first one. Mm-hmm. 20th Century Fox. The same company that made the first one. This one, the lead actress has also passed away. Yeah, I turned on subscribers only mode, so now no spam. I did it to protect myself. This one was filmed in Canada. Never take a ride from strangers. Pump and Run. Kazungas. Yeah, she's not a blonde. Hey, Network 98, what's up? See? Now only the subscribers are going to be able to send messages because I was getting too much spam yesterday, so. You shouldn't insult the villain like that. This one is more like Wrong Turn than Joyride, but it still has a trucker that's scary. Been writing my own show, starting myself. Haha, I made up a show when I play a teenage rapper with a secret identity. A male hand on my tenant. Well, good for you. At least you're being creative. There's the title. Joyride 2. Dead Ahead. There's Nick Zano. You probably know him from What I Like About You. Rest in peace, Nikki A. Cox. She died of leukemia cancer. I was shocked when I found out. I was like, what? Nick Zano's still alive, and so is Lauren. Laura Jordan. She's still alive. Billy Ray performed at the inauguration. Not going to get political, but he looked drunk and sounded awful. Yeah, because he's older now. Take care of yourself, Network 98, because you know life is gonna go by real quick. Because people don't take, they take their youth for granted. It's wasted on the young because they just think that they're gonna live forever. Look at the guy from Gen Z, from Gen 5. He died and he was in his 20s. And this movie's not a remake of the first one. It does its own thing. Like Wrong Turn 2. MySpace. That was before Facebook. Hey, heterosexual guy. Sequel's better than the Birds too. Yeah, because it's not pointless. It does its own thing and it doesn't kill off characters from the first movie. Cameron Boyce, Kobe Bryant, and Juice World probably hit me the most for celeb deaths. Yeah, the biggest ones are the Star Wars actors like James Earl Jones and Carrie Fisher and Peter Mayhew and Jason David Frank, because you know it came out of nowhere. You saw a woman produce this movie. She's dearly missed, Nikki A. Cox. She was a good actress too, compared to some of the actresses we got today, who act like zombies. Two people wrote this movie. Yeah. Yep, based on characters by Clay Tarver and J.J. Abrams, but they're still better than the sequel trilogy. What do you think of Olivia Rodrigo? She's very cute, a beautiful singer and actress. I think she's lovely. Louis Morneau, he directed this movie. Civilization. I don't smell anything. It's overheated. The car's overheated. That's why I like walking, because I don't overheat. I like this movie. I think it's short enough. We're 11 minutes in, and it gives a much faster film to get through than the first one. The first one was nice and short too, but Lily Sobieski just doesn't do it for me. Nikki may be gone, but at least her and Lauren can act. Laura Jordan, they emo. Now I don't wear black when it's hot outside. I don't like to wear black. That's why my Miles costume I'm going to wear it in the fall, not the summer, because the summer Comic Con is going to be really hot in June. So I'm going to wear green. You saw an abandoned home. Yeah, this one's a little bit different, which is good because it's still got the truck, but it does something different. It's not a copy of the first movie. Looks like the house from like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something. Mm-hmm. Broke into the house. No, there were already enough fires this year so far. Bobby Wobby. At least there's only 4 characters here, not 80. Because I'm like, I'd rather have less characters to deal with than a lot that I don't want to deal with. Like Eternals, which had way too many characters. 6 would have been enough, but 15, and I don't know these characters. That's why I failed. 12, 15. Who pierces their lower lip like that? I would never put piercings in my face. After what happened to me last year, I don't want anything near my face. No metal of any kind. Not until I get my teeth cleaned. Meth labs. It's like the Grand Canyon. This has some tension as well, just like the first one. And they're not playing on a CB radio like in the first one. That would make it a remake, and it's not a remake. It's a sequel, a standalone sequel. Yeah, this guy's an idiot, but again, in the first one, they were messing with a guy in the CB radio. Here, they just like to screw around. This double bill was actually worth it because I got to see both movies. Hmm. I think it's a vehicle. I haven't seen this movie for a while, so. Yep, it's another car. That car is over 50 years old. 54 to be exact. Because 1971 was 54 years. There is a CB in this one, but they don't use it as much as in the first one. It's a car, dude. Joyride. Title drop. No one says dead ahead, but you know, because I just seen way worse sequels than this. Mainly because I'm like, I've seen sequels that were so cheap and so badly written and so badly edited and so badly acted that are worse than this. Like Howling 7. That's the worst sequel I have ever seen in my life. Nothing is going to top that. Because even Feeders and Feeders 2, they're terrible, but they don't have a budget. Howling 7 is part of a franchise that lasted for years, and that's the best they could have done. The first movie is actually well done. The second movie is campy, but at least it has a budget. And 3. But when we get to like 4, 5, and 6, I'm like, yeah, they should have stopped after 3. Howling would have been fine as a standalone movie or like 2 sequels, not 7 or 8. Because, geez, that 7 is the worst horror movie I've ever seen in my life. Because it was part of a franchise. At least now I'm not getting any spam, so that's good. I had to. I had to change the setting because these people were going to spam my account. I got to keep the filth off of my channel. My live streams and my videos. There's the truck. That truck alone is scary. Because, you know, you don't know the intentions. Highway Oasis Motel. We're 20 minutes in. Hey, Spidey, the truck is very scary because trucks are scary in real life. People don't know how dangerous these things are. Freight trucks, you know, the ones that are on the highway, those are terrifying. Because if you mess with a truck driver, you don't know what's going to happen. Did you see Final Destination 2? Yeah, I rest my case. That scene is scary just for because it could really happen. The most scariest things are things that could actually happen, like a car wreck or wood hitting you in the face, or you falling off of a bike or something. See, it is scary. That thing came out of nowhere. That came out of nowhere. They are scary. If people say they're not, they're lying, because these things are huge and they could run you over like that. If you've seen Pet Sematary, you'll know why. The first one. The original, not the remake, because I didn't even bother with the remake, because it's not scary. You're doing the same thing. It's the same movie, just with less ambition. Do something different, like this movie does. They're in a diner, but they're not naked this time. I love eating at the diner. It's nice and quiet. Because in places like McDonald's or Burger King, there's always a lot of people. When it's crowded, it just gets nuts. Yep, there's the truck. See that close to the window would be that would be scary for me, because I've been on the road with my family for years, since the 90s, and trucks have always freaked me out. I wouldn't ride in one unless I had to. And even if moving vans, I don't trust those either. If you've seen the movie Duel, you'll probably be scared of trucks for the rest of your life. It's funny because I you know, I don't trust trucks. I have a Hess truck because I think the Hess trucks are cool, but real trucks are terrifying. Some people are afraid of the dark or bridges or dogs or bugs or something, but with trucks, they can be dangerous. I trust a bus more than I do with a truck, because at least a bus stops, and they're electrical now, so they don't blow up like a truck does. Electrical cars can still blow up, but not as much as a gas truck or something like that, or biodiesel, which is flammable. That looks really good. Oh, there goes the coffee. Original Pet Cemetery is way better than the remake. I don't even like the original that much, but it is respectable. It's the ending I don't like. But in the remake, I'm like, yeah, it's the same movie. Yeah, it's too bad that Nikki had to pass away, but she's in a better place. She's not suffering anymore. She didn't have to get COVID. There's the trucker. There's still some tension in this movie. Not as much as the first one, but you can see your hair. That breakfast does look good. She looks like Gretchen Mol. She's an actress that's still alive, but we don't see her much anymore. Yeah, his voice is scary. No, not here. And and at least this franchise didn't get too long where it became stupid like they did with the Final Destination or even these remakes that they do to these classic films that we don't need. Slow mo done the right way. See, these trucks are everywhere. 28 minutes in. And this one is an abduction. From the first movie, yeah. Same character. If Zack Snyder made this movie, this would have been way too much slow mo. Yeah, and this movie would be 3 hours. This is only an hour and 20 something minutes without the end credits. You don't need 3 hours to tell a good story. It is. 31 minutes in. Yep. What's this? Chat filter, community moderation. See, he saw that. Yikes. Yep. Mm-hmm. You know how it is nowadays. People have eyes everywhere because they have cell phones everywhere. Yeah, me neither. My dad never drove a truck. He rode a van, car, but not a bus or well, yeah, kind of a bus, but not a public bus. You know, a travel bus in a way. Yeah, you shouldn't say something like that. This is a horror movie compared to the first one. The first one was a thriller. This is more horror. Because in the first one, he didn't want to take somebody's finger off. No, that's what they do in Saw or like Hostel or something like that, or even like Hatchet or something like that. A lead pipe. I still got plenty of movies to see in October when I get there, but I'm just doing this because I wanted to do something American or Canadian with no Brits in it. And this works. See, I told you I can do it. I can do anything. I could do anything on these podcasts. I just have to pick a movie, set a date, and do it. That's it. It's not that complicated. I don't know why some people can't figure that out there. I'm not slow. I know how to do things fast. I've never in my life do things way too slow because I'm not a turtle. I mean, I wear the Flash shirt for a reason because I like to do things fast. She's dressed kind of like Wanda was in at the end of Age of Ultron. Just the red jacket, yeah. She looks like Wanda if she was doing cosplay for Wanda. This was 2008 though, before Elizabeth Olsen was a thing yet. That guy's still awake. Yep. Bosoms. She's gonna cut her finger off. It's a good practical effect. Yeah, there's no bad CGI in this movie. Mostly. Yeah, she does look like Wanda. We all have fingers and toes. That guy was in. He played yeah. That's the actor from Swindle. He was the Russian guy. He was Jeanette McCurdy's dad, which was a nice twist. He's a good actor. He's a Canadian actor, yeah. Because like I said, they filmed this in Canada. That's why Laura Jordan is in it, because she's Canadian. That's nice. This is shot pretty well too. Hold on. I need a hot jacuzzi. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna change the calendar because next week is the last week of January, and then we got February, the shortest month of the year, and it's shorter than last year because it's only 28 days, not 29. So ha. And they don't show this guy's face, so it makes him scary, unlike Claw in the Inspector Gadget movie. Yeah. In the first one, they had to be naked. In this one, no, there's. See, he's also. He's pulling. This is pulling a Weinstein. Detours can be deadly. Yeah, I agree with that. Do it now. Do it now. Let it go. Yeah, that looks painful. Take the boots off first. She was so beautiful, man. I miss her. She passed away a few years ago. I didn't even know it happened. Like, I checked IMDb to see her name. And I'm like, what? Because when it happened, I didn't know. And there it is. Nice panty shot. Those Victoria's Secrets. It's like the beginning of Scary Movie, except this is not played for laughs. This movie's dead serious. She had a beautiful body. How could cancer take that away from us, man? See why you gotta get scanned? Take care of yourselves, guys. Don't smoke. Don't drink. Don't do drugs. They will ruin your body. Your body will thank you later if you don't damage it. Just saying. It's a work of art. You can't ruin it with... That's terrifying. Walking under a truck? Yeah. I would never do that. Yeah, he could be a bit annoying. The emo guy. That's not... That's not the villain. He's a hillbilly. I miss you. I miss you, Nikki. Circus boobs? I don't know what that means. Yeah, that's terrifying. That stunt was really scary. If Maximum Overdrive really happened and trucks were possessed and were alive, it would scare me. That would scare me because I'm like, trucks are scary, guys. Oof. I need to use this for later. That's pretty creepy. Nick Zano doesn't. I don't think he dies in this movie, but he gets tortured a bit. Those lighters are scary, man. Like I said, it still has some tension from the first movie. But in this one, they're not messing with the guy through the radio like in the first one. It is. Especially what happened to the leads of both of these movies. The only leads that didn't die are the ones from Joyride 3, and that's considered the worst of the trilogy. Yeah, this one at least is decent. We're 47 minutes in. We're almost 48 minutes in. Cigarettes. They're bad for you, man. They cause cancer. You gotta be a member? And it's good to see Nick Zano in a more serious role, not a comedic one. Yeah, because damaging your lungs is really cool. It's not, guys. I'd rather breathe air. I don't like the cold, but at least I could breathe air. Yep, that's not a not a good idea. This is an awesome kill, by the way. Ooh. This is a lot more shocking scene than the second time around. Because again, it's practical. There's no CGI blood here. He was taking like a chain and... Ooh, yeah, that's pretty... That's horrifying. I don't want them to do that to my jaw. Not after what I went through last year. "51 minutes in. It goes by at a pretty good pace. Just like the first one. And I'm sorry that there's no, diversity casting in this movie because again, these were movies in the 2000s. Diversity hiring was not the job of movies back then. Now it's like a necessity for whatever reason, thanks to Disney because they have to force it and everything. People don't want it. They don't want forced diversity in everything. It's got to be earned or don't even do it at all. I'd rather them cast a dog, a real dog, not CGI. Bobby Wobby. Chicken feet. Crystal meth. Hanlon. Petroleum services closed. At least I chose some shorter films this week because you saw the blonde wig from the earlier in the movie. Stilettos. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't say that now. Yep. Oh, she pulled a knife on him. Oh no, that's the scalpel. See, she's not messing around. Exactly. Same thing with me. Whatever it takes to go to Comic-Con with a wad of cash in my pocket. Because last year I had some cash, but it could have been more. Fake tattoos, really? I used to have washable tattoos on my arm when I was a kid. And no, this is not a girl boss scene. He was being a douche and they have to teach him a lesson. That's just how it is. If this was the Acolyte, the guy would have been completely sodomized. Just saying. This is embarrassing for a man, but hey, on RuPaul's Drag Race, they dress like this all the time, so that's why I don't watch it. I don't like to see men dress up as women. It's weird. I like women dressing up as women and look like women. Hey, look, it's Ezra Miller in drag. I wouldn't do that. When I was a kid, I used to wear my mom's high heels to get some more thing. Hey, Milos, long time no see. Happy New Year, dude. Haven't seen you for a while. I know we're 3 weeks into the new year, but still, it's still January, so where I live. It's 1 o'clock already, so. Here come the trucks. That was too close. Because of college. Yeah, I know, Milos. You were in college. You said that last year. Don't you have a semester break? So she's wearing a hoodie. They're both wearing hoodies. This movie has a much lower budget than The Acolyte, and it looks better. It does. Actually, my college is closed now because of protests. Protests from what? The fires or from what happened with Trump? That's crazy that your college is closed because of that. I'm not protesting anything. Trump will be gone in 4 years. I'm fine. I'll live. Nothing in this world is going to make me change my way of life. No one can take away my freedom. I told that to Josh many years ago. We went over this. Protest. You mean like the writer's strike a few years ago? Look, ice. Yeah, there's ice there. And mud, too. It looks like there's ice there. Get behind you. The chase is on. Wow, that was a real car, too. That car is totaled. Of course they survived because the movie would have been over if they didn't. Because of the building that fell. Oh, that's why. And killed 12 people. I didn't know about that, Milos. I didn't want to know. I don't air out dirty laundry here on YouTube. Here we've had fires in California and some protest. People can't be civil with each other anymore. They have to be monsters. 64 minutes in. Oh, girls are bleeding, yeah. Also because of a president in our country. Oh, that's why. Dictator, huh? People they don't like political figures anymore. They're not respected anymore because they have to be monsters, making empty promises and corrupting themselves and the country around them. I'm not like that. I'm trying to entertain you guys through the hard times. Ooh, there's some good practical effects here. Yep, it blew up. Yeah, one of the girls dies. Madam Web, it was bad, Milos, but it was not in my worst of the year. It was a dishonorable mention because I didn't see it in the theater. I had no reason to. It bombed over there too, so where you live. Protest, huh? People have to protest and close down the whole school? Not me, I just stay out of it. I protest by just staying at home and not ignoring the world. Because things are going to happen that are out of our control. We're almost done. We're an hour and 8 minutes in, so. Every college is closed currently in my country. Yeah, again, because the school system over there is different than in the States. We only close schools if there's a shooting or, I don't know, like the weather's bad. The weather's really bad, like if it snows. The last time the schools were closed was Monday because it was MLK Day here in the U.S. Yeah, this scene is more like a scene out of Saw. He does look like Ezra Miller a little bit, just with pierced lips. And this actor's actually not crazy. Hmm. Dice. Five. That new Sylvester Stallone movie called Armor flopped. I never even heard of it. Nick Zano, yeah, his performance is believable here. 7. So he's wearing all these rings and they're all fake. Yeah. 4. Are you gonna make a rant on what? On Madam Web? I already did one last year. He's gonna blowtorch his chest. Yeah, I wish Ezra Miller would say the same thing. He should apologize. Oh, he's gonna braid him. He's gonna brand them like Batman did in the Batman v Superman. That was one of the few good things in the movie that was not, out of character. He branded people with that bat signal. That was actually kind of cool. It was something different. It's a hot take, but I've seen worse Batman movies. Did I see Expendables 4? No. It's garbage. Yeah, I heard it was garbage. I didn't even like 3, so I stopped after 3 because 3 was so bad. It was PG-13. They watered it down. A lot of actors didn't come back. There weren't even any good cameos in it like the first 2. The best part of it was Harrison Ford and Mel Gibson as the villain. That's it. The rest of them were just kind of there. Banderas wouldn't shut up. The young team sucked. 2, Snake Eyes. No, I've heard that one. Stallone should honestly quit acting. He should quit soon. Yep. Yep. He pulled a Jason on him. A pipe right through the skull. That's something like Jason Voorhees would do. Both brunettes die in the movie, yeah? All we got left is the blonde that actually died in real life in Nick Zano. But it's not a downbeat ending. I remember at least her surviving at the end. Castrol GTX. A motorcycle. We're 77 minutes in. We're almost done. Yeah, the movie's about an hour and 20 some minutes. At least it's not insanely long. The Acolyte, no, I didn't even bother watching it, Milos. I refuse. After I saw Bad Batch, I was at season 3, I was done. I'm not watching any more of their Star Wars shows. I'm done. I didn't watch Acolyte or Skeleton Crew because I just don't have an interest in suffering anymore from Disney Star Wars. I might see Ahsoka, but only if it's good, because if it's not, I don't want to watch it either. It's funny, in this one, the guy is the one that's taken prisoner, not the girl. Yeah, when they took out my tooth, it hurt. And I felt that pain. That's why I'm never going back there. Here we go. Third act, final girl scene, if you will. Yep, shovel right to the face. Now that she can't. He deserved that and more. It's a good shot, too. Like I said, there's no bad CGI in this movie. Some of these horror movies nowadays, they have horrendous CG, and I'm like, why? Oh, it's cheaper. No, you could do some things practical. This is direct-to-video, a direct-to-video film from over 16 years ago, and it looks better than a lot of horror movies you got last year. Honestly, this looks better than Night Swim, Tarot, and Imaginary, and any of those films that came out last year. Here's the slow-mo again, but it's short. We're almost done. I gotta drink some water after this. 81 minutes in, and it's raining. It's crazy. Yeah, this one's more horror related than the first one was. The Acolyte, it failed, and I'm glad it failed. I don't want any more. No more pandering Star Wars for me. Star Wars The Acolyte failed. It failed miserably. There's a nice shot of the dawn, of the sun coming up. He's behind you. That guy's so creepy. That was a cool explosion. He's not the Terminator. He's not going to survive that, or at least not get burnt. Those are real flames too, not CGI. That truck is not going to come back. Kaplooey. See, there's a slow-mo shot that makes sense. And it's a great looking shot too. That truck is completely totaled. It blew up in the air. Yep. See, a slow-mo shot that actually makes sense. It doesn't make the movie 20 minutes longer. See, an explosion that actually serves a purpose in the movie, not just to pad the running time. Xano could barely walk, and his finger's gone, but he still survived. Thank you, Nikki A. Cox. May you rest in peace. I'm sorry, leukemia had to take you away from us, but at least you gave us some good performances here and there. Thank you. These two are traumatized by this. The truck is not coming back. Even if he survived this, which would have been a 1 in a million shot, that truck would never drive again. It blew up. It should have ended with this one. I don't think we needed a third one. It really could have ended here. I think there's like a post-credit scene. Yeah, the movie should have just ended there. Does it? No, there's a post-credit scene. You have to get the Marvel stinger for everything. The cycle's going to continue again because 3 came out a few years after this with a different character. At least the Nikki A. Cox and Nick Xano survive at the end. There's a different truck. Really, they should have just ended there, in my opinion. Yeah, these people can hear you. You know, the trucks are not soundproof. They're not. The movie should have just ended when they kicked the thing out, face the black, movie's over. For me, anyway. Because it... You found another truck. The ending is a bit weak. You know, they should have just ended with the two ending it. Ha 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 ha. There, the movie's over now. Of course, I had to do a third one, and that was the last one. But really, this should have been the last one. Because it's the last one I cared about. Because 3, by the time 3 came out, people were like over this franchise. Even though it should have just been 1 or 2 films. But thanks for watching, guys. My real subscribers, my fans. Thanks for watching these 2 films with me the last 2 days. This was fun. This one's not as good as the first one, but it still has its moments. But there were no distractions this time. But I would recommend watching it at least once if you can see the unrated version. So thanks for watching. Acknowledge me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.